Children arriving for classes at several Catholic secondary schools this morning were greeted by police officers with sniffer dogs going through their respective compounds. The officers were summoned to the schools after the institutions received a bomb threat. Sandra Maharaj has more.
No sooner had parents dropped off their children to school that some of them hurriedly returned to collect them again after hearing there were police officers with sniffer dogs at the schools. The institutions affected were the Holy Name Convent, St. Joseph's Convent, St. Mary's College, Fatima College, all in Port of Spain, and the St. Joseph's Convent in St. Joseph. The police were summoned after the schools received a note on a slip of paper threatening to blow up the schools and which was circulated on social media. Accompanied by Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith, police with sniffer dogs carried out a room-to-room search of all the schools before giving the all-clear for students and teachers to return to class. In a release afterwards, Commissioner Griffith said police officers thoroughly investigated the threats and had declared the schools safe for occupation. Commissioner Griffith said people should not trivialize any bomb threat and advised the public to use social media more responsibly, as he said the posting of it only led to increased anxiety and panic among students, parents and staff at the schools. This undue panic, he said, resulted from one individual's decision to share the post on social media. He also strongly advised that the police service be contacted upon receiving such a threat so that relevant protocols for investigating the authenticity of such threats could be activated. Minister of National Security Stuart Young said the situation was quickly addressed.
This particular one came across the radar screen, and as is done, protocols were put in place, law enforcement was informed, intelligence were informed, checks were carried out, persons who needed to be informed were informed, etc.
Classes at the schools continued as normal for the rest of the day. Sandra Maharaj, TTT News.
And Minister of National Security Stuart Young is chastising social media users who are using the platform to cause panic and trying to destabilize the country. Referring to a recent bomb threat rumor at 5 secondary schools, he said the matter was taken care of, but a particular political activist tried to cause unnecessary panic.
The post from the UNC opposition went from initially being a photograph of an email suggesting that if a certain sum of money wasn't paid, a student would be given a bomb to take to school, etc., in a particular school in Port of Spain. This UNC operative and member is the person who put that out in the public domain.
He said the matter was heightened further.
Not being satisfied with that, this UNC opposition member then went further and began posting and spreading, because he has a methodology of spreading it. And as I look around, I'm sure many of you members of the media are part of his mailing list. He then began to spread all sorts of messages on social media that could only be designed to cause panic